It's not for show, don't need no lights, but it's more about what's inside. What I've come to realize, it's a lifestyle.
Hello YouTube! It is Rayma, and so here I am. This is actually the second time I'm recording this video because I had good intentions, but it just didn't come out right. So, welcome to Vlogmas Day 1 and Mask Off Monday number 1. So basically in my first video I had a mask on and I was basically talking, and the intention of the Mask Off Monday, and I will do it next time, but you know, hopefully it will turn out better. But the purpose of the Mask Off Monday was I looked crazy, and I feel like a lot of people walk around with a mask on, and so the intention or the purpose of Mask Off Monday was to be transparent, talk about a bit of different topics, just to actually be real. And I feel like that's a new wave. Everybody just be real, be your authentic self on social media. Like, we don't need a fake, let's take the mask off, but really being actually raw, not just being silly because that's the new thing of, oh, I'm word, that's all we word. Like, that's not what I'm talking about. I mean, actually talking about something that will have meaning and impact somebody's life. So that's the intention of my Mask Off Monday, just to be transparent and take the mask off and talk about a topic or topics that I feel like need to be addressed. And it may feel like I'm talking fast, but I don't want my phone to shut off on me while I'm speaking. So one of the topics I wanted to talk about was pure heart and pure intentions. So one of the reasons, but it's not the only reason, that I haven't been on YouTube a lot is I wanted to ensure that my heart was pure. So I really liked the idea of being a social media influencer and all the things that come with it, but I didn't want my only thing to be on YouTube is to be a social media influencer and all the things that come with it. I realized that I am an avid YouTube watcher and I love watching people on YouTube and just watching them, but they do have an influence on my life, and their lives do impact mine. So I didn't want to come on her in vain and not realize that my life has an impact on other people's lives, although I may feel minuscule and insignificant because I only have 75 or so subscribers. But if I do grow, I want my intentions to have started off pure. So my intentions and reasons for being here, and intentions and reason for talking about this in the first place, is just to ensure that my heart is pure in the things that I do, to remember that that my life has an impact on others. And if anybody's had an intimate relationship with me or an intimate talk with me about the purpose that I think my life is about, is to be a light to other people and just realize that my life has an impact on others, and to realize that my life is not my own, and that my life has an impact on, I keep saying that it has an impact on others, but what I mean to say is that my life is not just for me, that it is people watch me, and my testimony could be a blessing to others, not only in the way that I live, but the stories that I tell, and just allow people to be a part of my life and see the trials and tribulations that I go through, the struggles that I go through, and realize that they're not alone, and realize that they can make it through. So that's one thing I want to talk about. Another thing was speaking into your life. Daily affirmations. I'm in a psychology class, and my teacher, I believe, I don't want to say that as facts because it might not be facts, but I think she said that daily affirmations don't necessarily work. But for me, I don't do daily affirmations such as, oh, you're so beautiful, you can do anything. I mainly speak into my life. I read scriptures over my life and things that I know will benefit me, because I know that if I feed myself truth, then I will live in it. Because when you feed yourself lies and you speak negatively in your life, those things impact you just as much. So why would not daily affirmations and positive things and truth that you speak over yourself be beneficial to you? I'm not exactly sure how that works, but that's just how I think of it. Because I'm if I tell myself every day that I'm not good enough, I'm going to feel like I'm not good enough. But if I tell myself every day that I'm more than enough, I'm going to feel like I'm more than enough. Duh. So that's one thing. And then another thing I wanted to talk about was being honest with yourself. When I tell you that I lied to myself, that is not a joke, and it needs to be cut out yesterday. So one thing I have realized is that I will either avoid issues that I don't want to address, ignore them. I just said ignore twice, I think. And let's say I'm losing my train of thought. I will either ignore issues or avoid them, and just pretend like they don't exist, or pretend like they don't affect me. That's another thing. Everybody, that doesn't mean that doesn't make me feel any type of way, or I don't care. That whole nonchalant attitude on different topics is not healthy, especially when it's actually impacting your life and actually having, you know, a tangible effect on you, because it's evident in your life. Like, there's evidence that it's affecting you and you just don't want to address it or admit it. And I feel like, to be honest with myself, will help me to grow. And that's another thing that's just like a segue into something else I want to talk about, of like being comfortable in the uncomfortable. And a metaphor that I've been using a lot lately is just like, if you're a seed that's planted in the ground, in order to become a flower, you need to break through the soil. So in the soil, you know, you got nutrients, you know, the soil around you is supposed to give you things that you need. You got watered every day, you have sunlight, but in the ground you also have like dirt, you have rocks around you, and you need to come out of it. So are you going to allow those things that are around you to shape you and mold you into the person that you need to become, or are you going to stay in that place and never burst through? So like, there's things that are around you, like there's rocks that are there. Not all of them are good for you, but they will benefit you in the long run. Because when you come, you know, 5 years from now, even I could say 5 years from where I was 5 years ago, I've grown a lot as a person, and those things that happened then shaped me into the woman that I am now. So just use them kind of as stepping stones. Don't think of them as rocks, but kind of like a step ladder into what I need to do or go through in order to become the person that I need to do. And you know, nothing is really nice when it's easy. It feels nice when it's easy, but I feel like you grow so much more when you've been through things and you learn from things. And yeah, self-acceptance. One thing that I will say is that I used to have so much more confidence when I was younger, and I feel like it's because I kind of didn't have the cares of the world. I didn't care about anybody else. I was just living my own little innocent life. And I feel like as I got older, I was introduced to the world, you know, and you see everybody around you, and you start to compare your life to other people's lives, and just doubt who you already knew that you were, because you're comparing your self-worth to other people. Now, this is not everybody, but I'm speaking on me, and I know that some people can relate. And I feel like I'm getting back into that place where it's not that I don't care what other people think, but just knowing that, okay, I know what I need to do with my life, and if I don't do what I need to do with my life, that is going to have impact on other people's lives. Like, I feel like I'm going to continue to say it because I need to drive this point home, that my life is not my own and it's not for myself. Everything that I go through is going to be a testimony for somebody else, and I want my life to have meaning in somebody else's life. Like, I want my life to impact others. That's why I turned on this camera, so that my life can be lived and people can see, oh my gosh, do you see that girl Rayma? Oh my gosh, she did this, and whatever. And oh, I can do it too. So I just want to be an encouragement to people. One day I will sit down and like tell different stories and different things that I have been through, because I'm not just sitting here as a pretty little face of, you know, just words flowing out of my mouth. Like, no, my life is important, and I'm gonna say it because for a long time I didn't feel like it was. I felt like I was minuscule. I felt like I was unimportant. But you know, I wasn't put here for no reason. God didn't place me here for no reason. He put things inside me that need to be shown to the world. Like, there are things that are within me that need to be birthed and given to other people, and I don't want to live my life just holding on to things because I doubt what my life is about. So yeah, I think I talked about pretty much everything. I do want my roommates are doing something, so if you hear them, they're in the kitchen. But I do want to talk about one thing, and it kind of relates to what I just talked about. And it's from a book. I think it's called From a King to His Daughters, and it's by Sherry Shepherd. If I got the title wrong, it's still by Sherry Shepherd. And so basically, it says, "My princess, you don't have to fit in," and it goes like this, and it goes like this. I know you want to be accepted by others, but you were not made to fit in. You, my princess, were created to stand out, not to draw attention to yourself, but to live a life that leads others to me. Remember, it's your choices that will pave your path to life. I will not force you to do anything. I have given you free will to walk with me or walk away from me. I want you to know that you can put on your crown at any time and let people know that you belong to me. You have a royal call on your life. I want you to remember you wear the crown of everlasting life, and through you I will do abundantly more than you could ever dare to dream. Love you, your King and crown giver. And the scripture that went alongside with it was Galatians 1:10, and it says, am I now trying to win the approval of men or of God? Am I trying to please man? If I was still trying to please man, I would not be a servant of Christ. And that last part, am I trying to please man or am I trying to please God? If I was trying to please God, if I was trying to please men, sorry, I would not be a servant of Christ. And that, is important. It's a good point, because I feel like a lot of people search for the approval of man. You don't need it. You really don't need it, because what can they do for you? They can't really do anything for you. And just like, I feel like a lot of people, everybody wants to be accepted, to feel like they belong somewhere, to feel as if the life has meaning, to feel like, everything that they're doing is important. And I just don't want people to feel discouraged, thinking that they aren't accepted or that they need to seek the approval of others to be like, oh, her life is so great. And okay, let me backtrack a little bit. I don't want you to feel like you're living your life to see other people say that your life is great. You need to believe that your life is great and walk in it. And if others people see it, then that's good on them. You don't live your life for other people to see. You live your life so other people can see, if that makes sense. So that's what I want to leave you with. Just walk in your truth, walk in your purpose. And when other people see what you're doing, then it will be great. Don't look to make sure that people see you. Just walk and they will see you. So, yeah, I think I'm finished talking, and I hope that this impacted somebody. My little subscriber count, it don't matter. That's not what I'm here for. I'm here to just, show what I have. And this is the only reason I don't have a vlog today is because I was supposed to vlog yesterday and I didn't. So I'm here now doing a little talk, sit down. But hopefully I do stuff or something tomorrow that I can vlog. But I am happy for what's in store for Vlogmas. I don't know what's going to happen during Vlogmas. I am going to put Slay Week, and if you don't know what Slay Week is, it's basically like a countdown to Christmas using outfits every day. And I'm going to slay, like S-E-L-A-G-H, like Santa Claus week. So that's going to be fun, and I'm going to video that. So, yeah. Peace out. I hope you enjoyed this video. I apologize for the background noise. I don't live by myself. So, yeah.
All my homies tryna go viral on the internet. They gon' mess around and kill theyself if I don't interject. Like, comment, and subscribe. Yeah, we die for that. But long as God following me on Twitter, I'm alright with that.